Hi everybody. So today in the eel pit, I am going to be rearranging my cinder blocks so I can raise the depth deeper. But first, here's a kind of look at how everything is right now. Here you can see, just want to notice like water clarity, kind of the depth here. So this is at 16 inches deep, and you can see the sturgeon have plenty of room at this depth, but I definitely do want to add more fish down the road. I love the underwater shots of the eel pit. Everything just looks so awesome with the light kind of reflecting. Sturgeon coming right up. The main part of this is going to be taking apart my far island here. This is where all the catfish and stuff mainly hide, but I'm going to put it all over here and raise this 6 inches higher and maybe make it a little bit bigger. And then eventually I might get rid of the walking path too, just because I'll have to get cinder blocks for this too. But the reason I have it so low right now is mostly because the fish don't really care. If you look at the underwater footage of the sturgeon, it doesn't look crazy shallow or anything for them. See, they're over there eating with a blue crab. We got the gars over here. But this is me standing up on one cinder block higher than my current depth. So that'll be the main issue going forward, is eventually I'll probably just have a sitting platform there, and that'll be about it, unless I get it in the water. So no problem with that. It'll look awesome with deeper water, and the fish will really enjoy it. And then I can also add some more fish. After I do this change, I'll probably get an albino sterlet. And then I'll also always kind of be on the lookout for more fish to get to. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started moving all these bricks. At first I'll put them all on land over there, just so I can kind of figure out exactly what I'm doing and where I'm expanding, because I'll probably have to sweep some of this gravel out, and that'll definitely cloud the water up for days. But here we go. Yeah, I wanted to condense everything into one area, so the fish have the maximum swimming space. Then I'll add more natural decor over there. Oh, and I did find a catfish. So this here is the largest channel catfish in the eel pit. This one was given to me by someone. And you can see he's decent size, not huge, not crazy. Let's get him back in the water. Every time I tell people there's catfish in here, they ask me, aren't they going to eat everything in there? You can see that just the size difference between, they're just channel cats, so they should max out at 2 foot, so no real chance of them doing any damage. I've got a comparison next to the biggest eel later in this video, and yeah, the biggest eel is probably triple the size of the catfish. Anyway, back to moving blocks. Alright, I got the top layer out. Now I'm going to try to rearrange this and make this look nice. I'll have to move the gravel out of the way on the bottom, and that'll for sure cloud the water up really bad. Here it is. I'm trying to move the gravel out of the way, but it really got the sturgeon's attention. They were coming right up, not wanting to leave me alone. See, I'm trying to expand the island out a little bit this way. But you can see the start of that cloudy water. Alright, then here we go. I've got this side mostly organized, so I'm ready to keep moving blocks. And this is where all the fish will really be hiding. You can see here, here's one of the larger eels swimming around, and there's the alligator gar. And we actually did manage to find some of the baby bullhead catfish. So these guys went in about an inch. I thought I'd never see them again, but they're surviving just fine. I saw probably 4 of them. I know one of them was named Dilbert when he kept hanging out in the open when he was about 1 inch long. But yeah, you can see they've actually gotten pretty decent size. I mean, growing. They're going to be pretty much a safe size here soon, where there's no risk of the gar or eels eating them if they keep growing the rate they are. Alright, then here is pretty much the completion of the far island. I've got a couple extra cinder blocks. I might make the walkway a little bit taller. You can see how badly the water clouded up over on this side. Then this is pretty interesting. Inside some of the cinder blocks that were kind of like right at the water level, some type of mineral, maybe like probably just calcite or calcium carbonate, something was kind of leaching out and downward, so it made little stalagmites, I guess stalactites, inside the cinder blocks. Yeah, here's how I'll have it probably for at least the next few months. I've got my kind of extra row of cinder blocks on top of the walkway, so I'll still be able to walk out and kind of see the fish over on that side. Then I went down at night, and here is Crunchwrap Supreme. You can see no risk the gar are going to eat him, and I am not even thinking about that channel catfish ever being able to eat him. He's probably 30 inches. There's one of the blue crabs in there too. Then this is the next day, so you can see it already cleared up a ton in just 24 hours. And now I am ready to start filling it. I use Pond Prime. I just treat the entire volume of the pit and what I'm going to add. And then I just drop a garden hose in and let it fill. This probably took about 5 hours to raise it 6 inches. Maybe just 4, but you can see all the gar back there, all the fish. But yeah, I do it every time like this. I do my aquariums like this too. Just drain them with a garden hose, then fill them with a garden hose. You can see here the water is definitely still clouded up, but in another couple days it should be pretty much clear. I can, on very clear days, I can see clear across the pit. So 24 foot of visibility usually. So that's always the goal. The sturgeon are so cool. All right, then here it is finished. I'll definitely be adding a ton of more rock, like natural rock and driftwood. But yeah, this is the full depth, at least for the next, probably the rest of this year. See the blue crab on the left there. One of the gar was just in here. I believe that was Jason. Then the sturgeon, caviar, and roe swimming around. But yeah, my next big addition will definitely be an albino sturgeon. I've always wanted one of those, and they're definitely the smallest species of sturgeon that you can get too, so it won't be a crazy addition like another diamond or anything would be. They're albino sterlets. They max out at about 3 foot in captivity, if that. Yeah, here it is. This is right now, as of this morning, as I'm editing this video. So it might get a little bit clearer, but it looks pretty good for now, especially from the top. It looks fine, but underwater you can see you probably only got about maybe 12 foot of visibility. But yeah, the shimmer on the water is always so cool to see. I really love the wide shots where the sturgeon look tiny off in the distance too. I threw some shrimp around. I didn't even know I got this on video, but you can see caviar over there just slurped one up, and then he spits it out. The sturgeon actually have really small mouths, so they can't eat very big pieces of food. So he's fighting with that shrimp, but he does eventually get it down. That's why I just feed him the small pellets. That's something a lot of people mess up about sturgeon, is they think they'll eat kind of what another fish would eat. Another 20-inch fish should be able to eat much larger food than these little pellets. But yeah, they are beautiful swimming together. They do seem to really like to hang out together, so that's really neat to see. If I was ever going to keep sturgeon again, I'd definitely get more than one. Then I did add actually a bunch of shiners for the gar to eat. I've seen Garth Brooks eat the frozen shrimp, but nobody else really has, so I do add about a pound of shiners every 2-3 weeks just to kind of feed them. But yeah, the rest of the video will just kind of be some sturgeon footage. Then hopefully next video I'll get a lot of eel footage. I'll probably snorkel in here again soon. Try to get everyone on camera. The sturgeon are so cool from underneath like this, where you can see their whiskers and their mouth popping out.